Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously. What can we hear? So we can hear, do you hear what I hear? So we can hear a football being kicked. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? So maybe we need to be looking at Spain right now, okay, with what's going on in the world. Maybe we need to be looking at India, with from what I heard on Richard Verbs this morning with his dear guest, to do with India growing food and everything, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? So anyway, I may have to put you on pause shortly, okay? Because I don't want voices being heard. So okay, so sorry about that, my delicious little babies. Yes, so I'm out in the garden today, my delicious little babies, and I'm just looking at the sky, and it seems to have lots of different sort of, let's just say patterns. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay, if you look really closely, you may be able to see, some way of usually for an artist actually. An artist can you hear the bang there? Usually for an artist, like you can see there, it looks like a bit of a J, but then you've got a bit of a C. So you have to pay attention to what they're doing, my delicious little babies. Now then, so let's get on to the pegs, because you've got to peg things up, haven't you, my delicious little babies? Now then, so let's go on to this then. Now what I want to talk about, and let's not forget my beautiful little tree, Anastasia.
Hola.
This is my beautiful dear little neighbour's beautiful dear
Hola,
little
hola.
Mama Bear, and she's saying,
Hola, ¿qué tal?
yeah. Please say to your beautiful dear little Nana, say to send love from Spain to England and beyond. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry about that, my delicious little babies. Okay, so you've just heard from my beautiful. Oh, look at the sun there. My beautiful dear little neighbours upstairs. Okay, her beautiful dear little Mama Bear, who's Spanish. Okay, and she just wanted to, I just said to her, I said, would you like to come and say hello anyway? But she has. But, bless the little baby. You know what I mean? He didn't know how to say, certain. But that's all right. Not to worry. Hold on one sec. Sorry about that, my delicious little baby. Sorry about that. Anyway, so, just thought, she just come on, just to say, hello to Spain and to England and beyond, really, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Okay, I'm not showing my birth race on this video because I'm not in the mood to, you know what I mean, with what's going on in the world. Yeah, so but if you look at the sky, let's get back to the sky. So if you look at the sky, it has lots of different, and if you really pay attention, they're not doing it today. They're not wanting to do it today, my delicious little babies. But if you really pay attention, you will actually start to see faces form. It just depends where you are. Sometimes you can see lots of faces, lots of animals, and you can see all of that, my delicious little babies. Now, the question is, if these chemicals, which they clearly are, my delicious little babies, are going up in the sky, well, how do you manage to have somebody who, say, looks like, for an example, Shirley Temple? And it can be, there we are, as clear as day. Okay, or say, how can you have a gorilla or an elephant? Remember the pegs. Or say, for example, a tiger, or say, for example, you go back over decades and, if we remember, you can see beautiful, dear little film stars, but they just appear in the sky in clouds. Now, next time, because it does happen pretty fast, okay? But next time I'm going to show you. So, what my idea is, my delicious little babies, for anybody who does not know about this, okay? Some will know in the world, but my videos do not get out. Anyway, it's all bad design, bad design. But I will show you what I'm talking about, okay? And you will see very clearly birth races of ones, and especially of ones who have passed away, like dear loved ones and everything. You can see them quite clearly in the old scar. But right now, my delicious little babies, this is what we've got. We've had lots and lots and lots of there's the zums going up in the sky, and this is what we got. But anyway, I never want to forget my beautiful little tree Anastasia. She's very important to myself. Remember the zigzag at the side. Now then, my delicious little babies, what else would I like to talk about? So do forgive me, I've sort of gone off on a tangent, old-fashioned Irish saying, I'm just running over my tail. If you please go on to, this was uploaded 11 days ago. Now, I remember advertising, they are called, in the old space bar, my delicious little babies, Exploring capital E, space, capital W with space, capital F, farters. So they are called Exploring with Farters. Now, I remember advertising these, well, wow, over 3 years ago now. Okay, my delicious little babies, and I was watching them. There we are, long time before. Okay, so I remember when there were a smaller channel, like they had like 150, 1,000, but now they've got 386. My delicious little babies, lovely birds. And let's not forget the sunshine there, through the trees. And what it is, my delicious little babies, is that please, I'd like you to pay attention, please, somebody out your day or night, just to look at this video. Now, this happens to be in a mall, okay, but we call it over here in our old England, we call it centres, shopping centres, but in other places they call it malls, okay? This is very important. There we are. My shoulders go up immensely when I'm talking about this, my delicious little babies, of what they're talking about. There we are. And what years, okay? So it has taken rather a long time, my delicious little babies. I'm doing this on purpose because I seem to be having that in the sky, which looks like a rainbow, and I keep seeing it. I've seen it for the past 3 days now, my delicious babies. Always happens to be in the spot where I happen to be in the garden, sunbathing, my delicious babies. They just give you just enough of a tiny little bit of a rainbow. Paint the whole world with a rainbow. Do 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 do. Ones in England will remember that, my delicious babies. Anyway, so yeah. So please take a listen to that video. Now, another one that has, came up on my YouTube, but I'm having a right problem with my YouTube at the moment, my delicious little babies, okay? I pay for this service. I pay flipping nearly 80 quid a month, my delicious little babies, okay? Not to be able to listen to my YouTube videos outside in my garden. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? Right now, I've got a little wasp. Hello, little wasp. How are you? How are you? You all right, baby? Anyway, I have wasps flying around me. I have butterflies flying around me. I have little bees flying around me. I have little flies flying around me. But you know what? I just talk to them. Do you see what I mean? I do not do what ones did decades ago. We've all been guilty of that. Remember the pegs? Because you've got to peg something up. That, we've all been guilty. Oh, go away, go away. But if we just sit here still and just enjoy nature, They will never sting us. They will never harm us. But every now and again, certain, shall we call the putrid, decide to put something in the air that is like little bloodsuckers. Do you see what I mean? And they just want to suck your damn blood. And before you know it, you've got a great big red mark on your leg or on your arm or on your chest or wherever else it is. My delicious little babies. But this has gone on a long time. Do you see what I mean? The sun's going down. I won't let the sun go down on me. I won't let the sun go down. Anyway, I was sat here earlier. Can you hear our beautiful little birdies? She rocks in the treetop all day long, rocking and a bopping and a singing a song. Yeah, who's that? It was our beautiful Michael Jackson, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, but earlier, all I could hear was sirens, but this was a different kind of siren, my delicious little babies. It was a bit like, do you remember, was it Hill Street Blues? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. It was those kind of sirens, my delicious little babies. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm in England, aren't I, my delicious little babies? But we're hearing different kinds of sirens. Do you follow me, my delicious little babies? Anyway, certain things been happening a long time. You know, like instead of just needing. Let's go back to ER. Does anybody remember ER? It used to be on Channel 4. For myself, I think I watched part of it once. I could never get into it, my delicious little babies. It just wasn't my kind of thing. Now, what was his name? John Clooney. Is that the one with his missus there now? And they got two twins. Not two twins. Well, one set of twins. Yeah. Remember the pegs. Okay, my delicious little babies. So, yeah. And I remember here, you know, like it took, when one patient came into a hospital, it took 7 to hound them. Look at that, my delicious little babies, look at that. Anyway, let's look at the beautiful trees. On the beautiful, my delicious little babies, you know what, I appreciate everything. Oh, another little birdie, look at that. I noticed yesterday morning, I forgot to tell you, my delicious little babies, oh, there's another beautiful little butterfly. They're all coming into my garden now, you know, must be something that I said. Anyway, my delicious little babies, which I absolutely adore to see. I love when they're feeding off the flowers, they're feeding off nature, you know, which is what we should all be doing, my delicious little babies. But of course, you know, other ones do not want us to do that, do they? No. So, yeah. So really, that's about all that I have to say today, my delicious little babies. I am still trying to sort out my colossal, am I living in a box? Am I living in a cardboard box? You know what I mean? I'm still trying to sort these fences out, you know, just to get them down a bit. Because I do happen to know what I want to do with them. But when they're this hard, this is very difficult. You know what I mean? My delicious little babies, never mind. We've got our little Acer over there. Can you see her? Can you see her there by my beautiful little tree Anastasia, the one that I brought from down by the park? Can you see? Can you see my delicious little babies? And I've got my beautiful little tree Anastasia there. And then, of course, you know, we've got, lots of greenery here. We've got the pegs. And then we got my beautiful, hello, Auntie Carla's beautiful little baby. You come to join us. My beautiful one in the family. There we go. We've got 2. We've got lots of crows. Well, they're coming in for something to eat now, my delicious little babies, okay? So, yeah, so that's about all I want to say, my delicious little babies. I'm still on a pause, so I still cannot send any more comments, my delicious little babies. Not to worry. These kind of things happen, don't they? You know what I mean? It's all in a lifetime. You know what I mean, my delicious little babies? You know the song that was playing in my noddle for the past 2 hours? You know, Robin Thicke. I'm lost without you. Can't help myself. How does it feel? I've had that on my noddle for the past 2 hours, sat in the garden, my delicious little babies. And you know what my thoughts are? You know, if somebody ever names their son Robin, Well, it must be a robbing little bastard, isn't it? Because somebody's robbing someone, isn't it? And of course, whoever it is rather thick because they're accepting the robbing, isn't it? My delicious little babies. Anyway, I'm not going to apologise for my swearing. Let's just say it's a new kind of thing now. Well, it's not a new kind of thing with some uploaders. They've been doing it for flipping years now. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's what I thought I'd just mention to you, my delicious little babies. Oh, one last thing. Our lovely UK column news, and you can go in our lovely UK column, which is their original website. My beautiful little pigeons have flown off now. They'll come back. Well, they happen to have David A. Hughes, who has been interviewed by Jem. Okay, how wonderful and delicious. Okay, I've actually advertised our lovely, not in that way with anybody, our lovely Jem, our lovely David A. Hughes, our wonderful UK column. They're so dear to me, myself, our wonderful and dear little David Ark and his dear little sons, his dear little friend Richard, little Gareth, Jamie. I love them all. Okay, so yeah, so I'll just point things out now then. The fairground on the way. Anyway, so very much love to you all. Sending you peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings wherever you are in the world. And wherever you are, please stand tall. Okay, my delicious little babies, because it's going to be the ride of your life. Love ya. God bless. Thank you for any views. Thank you for any likes. And thank you for the occasional comments. How I love you all so. Can you see how I'm fenced in, my delicious little babies? Just like a large pretzel. So much love. God bless. Take care. Watch the pegs. Love ya. Kisses. Goodbye.